Look, don't shoot me, I'm just a messenger. But I have two questions for you guys today. Why do so many men struggle to laugh, smile, or even express joy? And why does being serious all the time get mistaken for strength? And I say that because some men can provide, protect, and perform amazingly, but on the flip side, they don't even know how to enjoy life. Meaning they don't know how to laugh freely, they don't know how to express emotion or experience deep joy. But what if I told you joy isn't childish? What if joy is actually spiritual maturity? Well, guess what? Today we're going to talk about the importance of sense of humor, expressing joy, and how many men were trained to suppress it. And also learn why joy is actually part of the fruit of the Spirit. So let's first start by talking about what is a sense of humor. Now, sense of humor is more than just telling jokes. It's the ability to see life with perspective, lightness, and emotional balance. You see, what humor does, it helps people connect emotionally, process stress, survive through difficult times, and create peace in relationships. You see, some men think if I laugh too much, people won't respect me, people won't take me serious. And serious is part of masculinity. Or strong men don't act playful. But guess what? Some of the strongest men are the men who can laugh without losing authority. Now, a healthy sense of humor means you don't live offended, you're emotionally flexible, and you don't harden your heart under pressure. Now, a man with no sense of humor often becomes emotionally rigid, overly defensive, easily irritated, and hard to connect with. And guess what? That will always be a problem. Why? Because humor is what brings vitality, vibrance, and warmth in the room. Now, a lot of people confuse happiness with joy. So let's talk about that real quick, because joy is more than happiness. You see, happiness is based on circumstances, emotional reaction, and it's temporary. Whereas joy is deeper than emotions, it's rooted in peace and purpose, and it can even exist during pain. Meaning, you can cry and still have joy. You can go through hardships and still have joy. You can even go through a financial struggle and still have joy in your spirit. And that's why joy is so powerful. Now, it's cool to be happy, but it's better to be joyful. You see, one of the biggest things that believers miss is this: joy is not optional. It's part of the Christian life. You see, joy is part of the fruit of the Spirit. And if you don't believe me, let's fact check. Turn to Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 and 23. And it said, and the fruit, not fruits, the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control. Now, I want you to notice something very important. Joy is not listed as a personality type. It's not listed as a talent. It's a fruit that's produced by the Spirit of God. So this means constant bitterness is not part of God's design. You see, joy is spiritual evidence. It reveals that you got trust in God, you have gratitude, freedom, healing, and emotional health. You see, the enemy's plan, who is Satan, is that he wants our man to be angry, emotionally shut down, numb, humorless, and disconnected to childlike wonder. Why? Because joy gives people strength. And if you look at Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 10, it says, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Not your money, not your status, not your image. Your joy in God is going to be your strength for life. All right, now let's go a little deeper. Let's talk about how men were trained to suppress joy. And to be honest, many men were conditioned to disconnect from joy early in life, whether it be your background, your circumstances, your family in the household. You were taught many different things. For example, some common messages men probably received was, man up, stop being soft, you better not cry, always be serious, don't let nobody see you sweat. Or if somebody disrespects you, you better stand on business. But guess what? Over time, boys learn this. 1. Suppress my emotions. 2. Never be vulnerable. 3. Disconnect from playfulness. 4. Hide my excitement. Or 5. Avoid trying to look childish. And what ends up happening is that when adulthood comes, so many men end up being emotionally exhausted. Meaning some men can work hard but cannot rest joyfully. Some can provide financially but some can't connect emotionally. And some can throw them hands but some can't even bust a laugh. And that's not balance. A man without joy often becomes irritated easily, emotionally unavailable, always harsh on people, overly image focused, spiritually dry, and hard to be around. Now, let's talk about why joy and humor are actually your strengths in life. Okay, let's get this understood. A joyful man is not weak. You see, it's actually a strength to have a soft heart in a hard world. You see, what humor does is shows confidence, emotional intelligence, security, and resilience. People with deep joy, they can recover from stress faster, they build healthier relationships, and children naturally feel safer around joyful people. Take a father, for example. A father with a joyful soul changes the whole atmosphere in the household. Or any joyful leader would change the atmosphere in the room. Even Jesus, even though he carried sorrow and responsibility, he still welcomed children. He went to ceremonies and celebrations. He drew people to him. And not only that, he brought hope. You see, religious pride, it will remove joy, but the Spirit of God is what produces joy. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty. How do we rebuild joy and humor as a man? Number one, you have to heal emotionally. You see, so many men has lost joy from trauma, survival mode, rejection, toxic environments. And the results of that, you learn to shut your emotions down to survive. But guess what? Healing is what is going to restore joy. Number two, stop worshiping image. You see, some men are too focused on looking cool to enjoy life. What you have to understand is that image will kill your authenticity because you don't have to look tough every 2 seconds. Look, laugh, smile, be a human. I promise nobody is going to look at you different. And if they do, that might be an environment that you need to distance yourself from. Number three, spend time with joyful people. You see, joy spreads. A negative environment is going to drain life, while a joyful environment is going to restore it. Number four, reconnect with gratitude. Now, this is very important because gratitude is what feeds joy. So start focusing on not the big things, but the small blessings God giving you, the moments with your family, your health, your growth, your progress, and most importantly, your peace. Okay, number five, spend time with God. You see, real joy is spiritual. It's not fake positivity. It's not entertainment addiction. Deep joy comes from a connection with God. And when you become connected with God, you see that prayer restores joy, worship restores joy, and your purpose restores joy. Now, I get it. Some men were taught that seriousness equals masculinity. But guess what? God never designed a man to live emotionally numb. And that's why it's important to allow Jesus Christ to save you, because joy is part of the fruit of his spirit. He will give you the strength. Because look, laughter is healthy, point blank. Humor is healing. And a joyful spirit, that's real strength. So to all my brothers out there, don't let life harden your heart so much that you forget how to smile. And please don't be so focused on survival that you forget how to enjoy life. A strong man is not just a man who can fight through pain. No, a strong man is also a man who can carry peace, joy, warmth, and light into other lives while going through that pain. Now, if this message helped you, please comment below. Joy is strength. Then hit that like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's been carrying life too heavily. As always, I hope this message helped at least one person. I will be back at you again tomorrow with another one. Until then, keep that head on the swivel. Love yourself and only help who wants to be helped. I love y'all, and I'm out.